Tonight, Tim Walz will face off against J.D. Vance in a high-stakes debate. But can we trust anything he says? From inflating his military service to dodging questions about his past, Walz's track record is littered with misleading statements. Let's dive into the damning details behind his questionable credibility. One of the most glaring examples of Walz's penchant for embellishment came to light during the Democratic National Convention, where he was celebrated as the coach who turned a losing high school football team into champions. Vice President Kamala Harris and Senator Amy Klobuchar heaped praise on him, giving the impression that Walz single-handedly led Mankato West High to victory. However, the truth is far less glamorous. Walz was just an assistant coach, working under the real mastermind, Rick Sutton. While Sutton remains gracious about the mix-up, he has made it clear that the credit for the team's success belongs to him. Walz, for his part, has never corrected the misleading narrative, something that raises serious questions about his integrity. The pattern of exaggeration extends to Walz's military service, a cornerstone of his political identity. Walz frequently cites his 24 years in the National Guard, but his statements have often stretched the truth. In a 2018 video, Walz implied he had served in a combat zone by saying he carried weapons in war. The reality? Walz was stationed in Italy, far from any actual battlefield. Even after being called out for this misleading statement, Walz gave a squirming response in an interview, blaming his poor grammar rather than directly owning up to the lie. Worse still, members of his former National Guard unit criticized him for retiring just before his team was deployed to Iraq in 2005, a move that many saw as self-serving, given his then ambitions to run for Congress. Walz's embellishments don't stop at his military career. His political resume is also riddled with half-truths and outright lies. During his early congressional campaign, Walz claimed to have been named Outstanding Young Nebraskan by the Nebraska Chamber of Commerce, a prestigious award. But this too turned out to be false. The award was actually from the Nebraska Junior Chamber, a far less significant honor. Such discrepancies may seem small in isolation, but they build a troubling picture of a politician who bends the truth to suit his narrative. Even more troubling is how Walz has distorted facts about his personal life. In a bid to appeal to voters struggling with fertility issues, Walz has repeatedly claimed that his children were born through in vitro fertilization, IVF. However, it was later revealed that his wife underwent a different, less invasive fertility treatment known as intrauterine insemination, IUI. While still a legitimate medical procedure, IUI is far less controversial and complex than IVF, making his continued references to IVF not just misleading, but manipulative. Walz's willingness to stretch the truth for political gain, even when it comes to personal matters, paints a disturbing picture of his character. As Tim Walz prepares to face J.D. Vance in tonight's debate, one thing is clear: his history of half-truths and exaggerations casts a long shadow over his credibility. Whether it's inflating his military service or misrepresenting his personal life, Walz has repeatedly shown that he's willing to bend the truth when it suits him. Can we really trust what he says on stage tonight? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analyses.